The initiate is quiet and silent and being receptive. This the other triangle is the energy, the light coming down into the world to try and inspire the world. One is being still to be open. The other is bringing it down. It's the masters are more involved with doing. So it makes this six-pointed star. And okay, so these are this. Now we're jumping. We're taking a jump. This is a fast jump. We're going into the I Ching and Kabbalah a bit and how they fit together. So really, here's your six-pointed star. Okay, but there's, you can see 6 points, and inside there's 6 arcs. It's like a hexagon. So the 6-pointed star in the hexagon. And the idea is the points are points of receptivity, and the arcs are arcs of strength. So inside every woman of receptivity is this strength. And inside every man of strength is this woman of receptivity. It's a duality within our own matrix. You know? But this is just showing it came off the cross, came off the Kabbalah, comes off. So you'll find all sorts of associations. Let's go to the next one. I think the next one, yeah. So here's where in the East they use six lines of the hexagram, 6 rays. And the 7th ray is the total hexagram that analyzes the 6. So there's 7 rays, but if you're studying the rays, the 7th one is the integration of the others. So there's such a close association to me, I became fascinated with it. Or whether someone put the idea, where do our ideas come from? These ideas came in and now 50 years later I'm still following them. Okay, so here's the point with the 6 broken lines is the mother, the receptive, the yielding, the yin force. Whereas the 6 solid lines is the yang force. You have yin and yang. Those are modern terms. Those are only a few thousand years old, yin and yang. The original terms were firm and yielding. You're either firm in your life or you're yielding. You're breathing out or you're breathing in. That was the original terms. And then they got put to light and darkness. And the darkness became the woman because it's duplicated. A woman can have a child and a man can't. And so the duality was built up. It's basically between the light, the greatest light and the greatest darkness of the day, of the moon cycle. We're on the greatest brightness of the moon cycle, we're the full moon. Of the year, we're building up to the longest day on June 21st. But then it gets to the longest night. As soon as you get to the greatest brightness, you know where you're going, down to the greatest darkness. Because this is heaven, though, you know where you're going next. Okay, there's just hell, you know, as soon as you're at the bottom, where are you going? There's no place that further to go. You end up going back, you end up breathing out the other way. So this is the yin and yang, and this is the symbolism how the I Ching fits to these. Instead of just being a totem pole of consciousness, it becomes a spherical thing. So here, if you start in the I Ching, you count from the bottom up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in the circle it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They count around counterclockwise. So So there's some more. So this is just the woman with the man within, or the feminine with the strength within the feminine. Okay, the child within, child of light. And this is the man with the woman inside. You're the woman for me. You're that person. You just have to be. You're exactly what I want. What a sales job. But anyways, it's there. Everyone's trying to find a woman in himself. The you that I see, they could be perfect. You're the you that's me, that I want you to be. I don't want to be that. So like this is part of the play of nature. It's just part of how we're attached to it. Part of the matrix, part of the game. The laughing God sits there laughing at this game. Okay. Now then. This is stuff, these are hand-drawn, and these in colored pencil. This is back in the 70s, early 70s, before there was colored printing, or color printing was too expensive to do. It's only been since the 90s where we have digital, and we can put colors up without having to pay a huge amount. A book of 100 pages of color back in the 70s would have cost $25,000, and you would have 5,000 of them, and you'd probably only sell 100 for the price it cost you. So they just sat there. But this is how the inspiration came through. The colors, there's 6 colors. There's 6 basic rays. And to me, seeing that these related to the I Ching and to the lines of the I Ching, that was a great breakthrough for me. Or that was a great insight given to me. But then, the rays, when you're talking about the 7 rays, there's 7 planets. The rays are the rays. But when you go to colors, there's 6 colors. The 7th color is the mix of all. It's the mix of them. So in these, okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, this is the male view of it. So the strength. So the idea of these things, when there's a point, it's a point of sensitivity to that ray. When there's an arc, there's a point of strength. I'm manifesting it, but I'm not sensitive to it. I'm doing it, not taking it in. And there's a combination. If you mix all these possible combinations of points, you're supposed to get the 64 possible combinations, which are the I Ching. All the possibilities of change. So what, if we go to the next one? Oh, you're off. Something is off.
Something's happening there.
No, you clicked off, it moved off the screen.
There you go, it changed.
Yeah, okay. So this is Photoshop, thank goodness, for all the work with color and all the things that can be done with it. So I just am able to make these drawings with a colored pencil. But this was basically, you have red, yellow, blue, the 3 primary colors. You have the orange, green, and purple, the secondary colors. You have your 6 basic rays. Where the rays join, where they merge, or where they go, where they join, those are the 6 feminine signs of the zodiac. There's red, there's orange, yellow, there's yellow, green, there's blue, there's green, blue, there's blue, purple, there's purple, red. And you get the feminine signs. So you have the 12 signs of the zodiac are put in the band of color. This is the color around the cross. This is the color of the rose around the cross of life. Can you get any meaning from it? Can you get light from that? It is light. Without light, there's no color. So, okay, now we're gonna. Okay, yeah. So this is example of the examples of. This is the 6 broken lines. See, broken, 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 broken. But it's making this whole hexagon, the 6-pointed star, and it's all having all the different colored rays within it. So you have the combination of the 6 rays and the hexagram, this is what's called in China, the hexagram has the meaning of that pattern, 64 and 7 ray patterns. And the 6 rays are all working within it. So, okay, go to the next one. So the next one, this is just blown up so you see it a little bit bigger, the 7th ray shape. Now, in China, these people have studied these, been studying these, the meaning of these relationships and these meanings for 4,000 or 5,000 years, if not way longer. And the wisdom of Confucius, of Lao Tzu, you just get King Wan, Duke of Chao, you keep going back, they still have this logic within it. It's the inner mysticism of China. And we think it's something separate. It's the same thing, and it works out the same thing as Kabbalah, same symbolisms that come in. So I didn't put the association to Kabbalah, but so this was, okay, let's go to the next one. This is the male one. I'm me. Nice to meet you, me. I'm really glad to meet you. Hi. You have the yin and the yang. But it's presented in a circular form using color instead of just a totem. With a totem, it's easy. What's above, what's below. There's higher and there's lower. But a lot of it got interpreted to, there's someone in position of power and here's me down here. Do I dare attack it? But really, when you take the color, you're on another level beyond words. Okay, so, okay, now from here, yeah, okay, change to the next one. Yeah, and the next one. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go around the zodiac. It's going to have a little thing for each time. You're going to go through each of the hexagrams that go around the zodiac. This is just going to be a straight slideshow. I'm not going to be talking, you're going to see all the color combinations. At the end, we'll try and take one of them in Alice Beatty's chart, and we'll try and talk about how one of them works, how it works through. So, coming from the mire of existence, any bit of information, anything can help us in the moment. But in the end, you let go of it all. you find love, none of it matters. So, okay, I think I better do these, because they're gonna, like that.
Wait. For some reason.
No, it didn't. So this is the first one in capital. You see, there's 1 point missing. There's one at the beginning of light, and there's all the dark points around it. So as we're going along from Capricorn up to June, we're going from the greatest darkness.
These are the hexagrams?
Yep,
Just color coded?
yep. And in the shape, so that shows them around. Aquarius. So basically, one of these runs for each week of the year. You're born at a certain time, you have one of these themes in your life. Okay, this one, there's the downward spiral. There's that triangle. Again, it's at the end of Aquarius. You start to see that as we start moving along, you'll start to see, again, we get to springtime and you start to see, here's a lot of points, but there's 4 points and 2 arcs, but you're going to see the points diminishing as the daylight increases.
Points diminishing as daylight increases.
Yeah, because then you get
Because
strength,
it's
the
the
arcs of
yin and
strength, the light is strong.
Yang, right?
And then the darkness is receptive. You can't see the planets without being receptive, but the darkness. So we're in Gemini here, so you start to see until you get to the longest day. Here we are. The longest day is 6 arcs. The greatest brightness, the most, Gemini is the most independent sign. They get an idea, they talk about it from right away. They don't even speak. It should be or shouldn't be, who cares? Well, it's a good idea, I'm going on.
Yep,
No reflection.
that's me.
It's just talking and thinking. It's just the way that everybody else looks stupid because they're topping to reflect. I said, yeah, I'm going on it. So they say if the soul enters in Cancer, the zodiac Cancer, because the darkness begins to increase, and you begin to develop your receptivity and your sensitivity to others. So half of you, you're pushing out to see what you can do. The other half, you're trying to be sensitive. How come? Why? So, okay, so we start with Cancer, and we're just going to run through them all, so at least in color you've seen them.
Do that again.
And at the end, this is at the end of Leo, the pyramid, the other triangle. This is right where the Sphinx is on the planet, half body of the beast, the head of the woman, and the thinking just guiding the pyramids.
So if it's a pyramid, does that mean that it's like more balanced, or what would be like the ultimate balance?
Centered. Well, ultimate balance, it all depends on your relative frame of reference.
The pyramid usually.
Balance after 3 drinks in a pub is a very different thing than balance when you're dead tired the next morning trying to get up. Or if you're in a relationship that's balanced, or what's a balanced relationship? How long do you hold it for? Balance is a moving concept. It's not meant to be a consistent. As soon as you impose it consistent, you're in a rigidity that stops the cycle of nature.
Robin,
Yep.
turn around when you speak, we're having problems.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just showing these pictures really. I'm just rambling, and we'll just be finished this in a second. Sorry. As the darkness is increasing, you'll start to see the points.
So the 6-pointed stars are feminine somewhat?
Yep. It's some of the greatest darkness, the greatest openness, the greatest receptivity, the collectiveness. A mother, it's the symbol of a mother, open to everything, open to the demands of everything, never having time for themselves and having to adjust and finding the time in between when all the other demands are being made. There's no way of explaining that. It's just an energy. Of course, there are Gemini mothers too. That have a different way of thinking about it. But you get all the different types. We can experience these cycles in many. This is just a cycle. I just wanted to show you the spectrum of the color and the different 7 ray shapes without it being a mental concept. Just to see the color around it. So that's the colors and the zodiac will take you to the steps of the Temple of Silence, eventually. When you finish indulging, you'll be, what are you doing that? There's that. Oh, I want to find an Aries. Oh, I want this. Once you get past that stage. What sign are you? Once you get past that stuff, it's enough that you just, it's a miracle we live a day. It's a miracle that we live a moment. It's a miracle I can live a moment, actually look in your eyes for a second. How incredible. But that doesn't mean I own you. You just have to glance this way. So, okay, now I think it